Ben from Theme Park Groupie. So the main point of this live stream is lots of amazing, way better than me YouTubers are doing amazing job covering Epic Universe and all the updates, all the changes, everything you're going to see in this live stream. Most of it anyway is all rumors and construction updates and everything. So take it with a grain of salt. Universal has only announced officially that we're getting Super Nintendo World. Everything else is pretty much official, but just not on paper from Universal. So let me make sure that everybody's good and that my volume, yeah, so it seems like everything seems to be all right. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started then. Throughout this live stream, I have accumulated a lot of people's stuff. So I really want to take a moment to thank all these people. Amusement Insider, Orlando Park Stop, Peaceful Thrill Seeker, Bio Reconstruct, Adam Boruk, Universal Orlando Resort, some of their footage, Inside Universal Attractions 360, Watch Mojo, and Dennis Richardson. And also, I'm not sure if you guys can hear much of the music, but it's White Bat Audio, has amazing music, and it's all royalty free on YouTube. I use their stuff for so many things, so special shout out, and I do support them on Patreon because they're great. All right, so Epic Universe. This is the old logo, but it's the only one that has like a video presentation thing with it. The new logo is on the thumbnail. So if at any time during this stream anybody has any questions, add-ons, or if I could potentially be wrong or things have been updated, things are always changing with Epic Universe because, again, Super Nintendo World is the only thing that's been announced officially from Universal. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, but most of this is pretty much gonna happen. All right, so the park is set to open in 2025, which is kind of crazy that it's next year because they first announced it in 2019, I think. So it was supposed to open last year, and then COVID set back the clocks and everything. So Super Nintendo World's already open in Japan and also in Hollywood side. But we're going to get some details and show you guys what's coming to Orlando's version of Epic Universe. All right, so the layout of the park. So this is kind of the overview, the look of what the park is going to look like from an aerial view. It's going to have a wheel and spoke design, which each land being distinct and isolated for immersive experience. So basically, you're going to come up to a little circle. This is going to be your hub. And then all of these lands are going to be interconnected from that main center point, the hub. So we're going to have Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, Wizarding World, whatever that's going to officially be called, and How to Train Your Dragon. So everything is going to be connected through this center point, which is a very cool concept. It's kind of almost like the opposite layout of Islands of Adventure, because Islands of Adventure is like a big circle, but here it's like one center point and then it spreads out. So it's definitely going to be a very unique type of layout for Universal. The park's location, it is south of Sand Lake Road and east of Universal Boulevard. Prime time, good to have you. Just going over some Epic Universe stuff, getting everything compiled into one place, because I know my channel anyway hasn't done a ton of Epic Universe updates and everything, and a lot of people have been asking. So basically the whole stream is just kind of like get everything into one place that everybody can just watch one video and have the updates of everything, what's expected, and what construction looks like right now and everything. So I hope you're great, Primetime. Thanks for joining. All right. So first off, oh, nice. Downtown Orlando. It's an awesome place. I actually live in Jacksonville, but I'm in Orlando all the time, going to the theme parks and everything. So that's cool. All right, so Universal Orlando Resort is set to open 2 new hotels adjacent from to the Epic Universe theme park. These hotels, co-owned and operated by Loews Hotels, are Universal Stella Nova Resort and Universal Terra Luna Resort. And they're already starting to look awesome. Yeah, absolutely prime time. Next time I'm at Walt Disney World, I plan on going to Walt Disney World a lot more this year. I, for the first time, added the water parks to my pass because I've never been to any of the Disney water parks before. So it's definitely on the horizon for this year. So I'll be at Disney a lot more this year. But yeah, so we have the 2 hotels. The first one is Universal Stella Nova Resort. This hotel is scheduled to open on January 21st, 2025. And these hotels actually are open for registration. So if you want to jump on it, there's already rooms available. I have a room for Stella Nova for the opening night of January 21st. That was a year from yesterday. Or it's going to be a year from yesterday. So get on those reservations if you haven't yet, if you're interested. That doesn't mean that's when the park's going to open. They're opening ahead of the park to kind of get, things moving and getting things going before the park does officially open. It's this one specifically, Stella Nova, is inspired by the infinite vastness of the unknown universe. It offers a variety of food and beverage options, a large spa pool, an interactive splash pad, and lake views. Terra Nova Resort, which is the second hotel, they're literally right next to it. It's kind of like the Endless Resorts, where you have dockside and surfside. They're going to be kind of the same thing, but they're separate. Terra Luna Resort, set to open on February 25th, which is a little over a month after the first one. This resort is themed around the thrill of exploration and discovery. It will feature 750 guest rooms, just like the Stella Nova Resort, and is located adjacent to Epic Universe. So there's a couple of pictures here of what it's going to look like on the interior of the rooms here. And it's kind of like this cool, it's like the unknown universe type of theme. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see how they play that all out. Both properties are situated less than a mile south of Epic Universe and will feature a colorful exterior with reflective tiles, which we can kind of see right here, and you're starting to see it in person with these construction updates that people are spotting. And I think it's really cool to look at, but these reflective surfaces are going to be, I'm not so sure how it's going to pan out when you're like standing next to it and the sun's like beating down. It's going to be like a mirror of the sun. We'll see how that is when you're actually up next to it. I haven't gotten that close to actually see what it's going to be like, but their early opening ahead of the park's launch is aimed at ensuring smooth operations and catering to the demand from events at the nearby Orange County Convention Center, closest to Aventura in regards to pricing and expectations. So it's not going to be like this high-end Hard Rock Hotel kind of pricing and get free fast pass or express pass. It's not going to be kind of one of those. It's more on the Aventura, where it's not the lowest end and not the highest end. It's kind of in the middle. Just so you can kind of have your expectations on pricing and stuff. Hey Marshadow, thanks for watching the videos and joining the stream. Hope you get some information on the new theme park, which is due to open in 1 year. I'm so excited. There's so many roadblocks that have been hitting me for actually seeing Super Nintendo in Japan and in Hard Rock. So having one here, and it's going to be the best. At least my opinion is that they opened all these up to see what works and how to do Orlando. So Orlando is going to be the best and have all of it at one time, basically. So we're going to have a ton of Super Nintendo content that these other parks don't have, at least for now. So it's going to be awesome to have it all in one place. All right, so that's enough for the hotels. for Super Nintendo World. I'm so excited. This is literally, when they announced Epic Universe and even their partnership with Nintendo prior to this, oh my goodness, I can't tell you. I'm in my early 30s, and I've been a Mario fanatic since I was 3, basically, watching my brothers and my parents play Mario before I was even old enough to even do it. I've been a huge Mario fan. I love it so much. I love the theming. I love all Nintendo stuff. I have had every single system that Nintendo has put out: Game Boy, Game Boy Color, NES, SNES. So, needless to say, yes, Joe, the coaster fan, it's my dreamland. Absolutely. When I saw listen, when Wizarding World of Harry Potter first came out, in my head, I'm like, this is really cool, and I can see the fan base, the fanfare of all of this fandom of behind Harry Potter. I didn't grow up watching it, reading it, nothing. So in my mind, I'm like, what would I be crazy about with something like this? I was like, oh my gosh, a Nintendo, that's what I would be absolutely obsessed with. And now it's finally coming to Orlando. And now I can finally join the obsessive Harry Potter fanatics with my own land. So I'm so excited for Super Nintendo World. It's by far the thing on the list that's the most exciting for me anyway. Especially too, because we're going to get it all at once. So we're going to go into detail on what all these lands have as far as their rides and interactive content within inside the park. So we'll start off with Super Nintendo World. I agree with you, Joe. So excited that it's finally going to be in Florida after all this time, all this talking about it for years and years, like 5 years. So Mario Kart, this is both in Japan and Hollywood right now. So there's POVs out there. Honestly, I'm a POV channel, and I don't even want to watch these POVs because I'm so excited for this land. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go to Mario Land in real life. Same, Joe, same. It's true. It's literally like I knew I would be obsessed with it before they even knew it was going to happen. It's awesome. Mario Kart. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This attraction is a dark ride using augmented reality or AR technology. Riders will experience a blend of physical sets and AR visuals through specialty glasses, immersing them in the world of Mario Kart. There's speculation the Epic Universe version might include an additional queue section themed as Bowser's Fortress Courtyard. So, I say again, Orlando's going to have the best version of Super Nintendo World, even if it's small things. The opportunity, Japan and Hollywood, they don't have a lot of land to work with. So Universal, if you've been in the community for a while, you know that there were all these rumors that were like, Fun Zone is Kid Zone is gonna turn into Pokemon. Oh, and this is gonna turn into this is gonna turn into that. Those rumors were like just going on and then all the rumors kind of stopped for years. They're starting to come back again, but they kind of stopped for a while because it kind of almost seemed like Universal was like, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and someone's like, stop, let's build a third theme park, and they're like, yes. So all of those rumors kind of went out the window, and then Epic Universe started sprouting its wings. You guys can probably hear my dog. Sorry about that. Yeah, the POVs. I like having the option of the POVs, but for Mario specific, it's something I'm going to cherish. So I'm holding off on Mario stuff until I could finally ride it for Epic Universe. So I haven't even watched these POVs. All right, so that goes for Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. The only real difference it seems like from the other parks is this potential extended queue. So, Bowser Jr.'s interactive experience located next to Bowser's Fortress. I don't have much detail on what this might be, but it seems like it's an extra extended experience for us to be able to partake in with Bowser Jr. So in Japan, Bowser Jr. is an actual character on their parade. So if we're getting the best stuff, I would love to see a Bowser Jr. meet and greet at Super Nintendo World. That would be cool, but we haven't heard much about Bowser Jr. specifically. All right, so next, this is a ride already in Hollywood and in Japan, is Yoshi's Adventure Ride. This family-friendly Omni-Mover ride offers an interactive experience where riders embark on a scenic journey over the Mushroom Kingdom. Participants are tasked with pressing colorful egg buttons at correct times to assist Captain Toad. So as you see, it's not going to be all that. It's kind of for little kids. It's slower moving, has a little bit of interactivity, but I love the animatronics, and Yoshi's amazing. I love Yoshi. I know, same. We're going to, Joe, here soon, in the near future, next year. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, this ride, it's not like the most anticipated ride. It's going to be awesome to have this in the mix, to kind of for the younger ones that are into Mario, but they can't ride the bigger rides. This is an awesome ride in addition to that, to Mario Kart. So now, this is the most anticipated ride for me, that I heard about it forever ago, and I'm just so ready for that. It's been officially announced, coming to Japan this year and coming to Epic Universe when it opens. Donkey Kong's Minecart Madness Coaster. This innovative roller coaster will feature indoor and outdoor segments, creating an illusion of the minecart jumping over gaps in the track. It will include appearances by multiple characters from the Donkey Kong video game series. So the ride elements that'll be on this coaster is so cool, and this is what I'm talking about that needs to happen, is innovation. So many people, it's kind of like, even with content, movies on Netflix, TikTok, all this stuff, it's like just pump out the content, but push. But what I really do appreciate about Universal turning the ways, because they were kind of the same way with all the 3D rides coming in all at once, but it seems like they really are taking their time. So the premise of this, if you don't know any information, it's a minecart race with or minecart coaster, not necessarily a race, but featuring Donkey Kong from the video game series. So this is kind of the premise. There's two tracks. There's one track that you're actually riding. This is the coaster. This is the engineered to all-in coaster track. What you're riding on is a cart on top of the track that looks like the track from Donkey Kong Country series, to where they're jumping over these cracks in the foundation and then hitting ramps and all this different stuff. So what you're seeing is Donkey Kong Country's track, and it's going to be busted up. It's going to look crazy. It's going to be so cool. And the fact that they can engineer something like this is wild and mind-blowing to me, that they can come up with all this stuff. Yeah, awesome illusion. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to see in theme parks, is bringing this creativity back, and it's for the best IP in the world to me, which is Nintendo. So this is such an awesome coaster that'll be coming to Japan this year, and Epic Universe starting next year. The land will incorporate these interactive elements through power-up bands. These wristbands, which are available for purchase, allowing guests to collect virtual coins and participate in various challenges throughout the land. Completing certain challenges unlocks a boss battle against Bowser Jr. The power-up bands also function with Amiibo compatible Nintendo Switch games. So these, again, are already available in Japan and Hollywood right now. I am swaying from a Mario to a Luigi fan right now. Yeah, I totally agree, Joe. Next year is going to be crazy, and I'm ready for it all. So I was always like giving Mario hat, Mario clothes, Mario character on Super Smash, whatever. But I'm slowly switching to a bigger Luigi fan, so I think I might have to get a Luigi band when the time comes to it. Let me know in the comments in the chat which one you're gonna pick if you already have one. Yeah, Yoshi. Yoshi's pretty great. I love Yoshi. I did that from my nephew and he freaked out one time, so I use it all the time. He's a big Nintendo fan too, so my nephew is gonna love this theme park because he loves Nintendo and he loves How to Train Your Dragon. That's his new thing. So he's just gonna go wild in this park. All right, now this is information from Orlando Park Stop. Awesome channel for Epic Universe news. This is super cool. This is an opening with the park, but rumored to come to Super Nintendo World is an expansion to Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe, including Luigi's Mansion, a themed attraction for Luigi's Mansion. So cool. This edition is speculated to be part of the park's Phase 2 expansions. According to rumors, this Luigi's Mansion area might not only feature a new ride, but could be developed into a mini land within Super Nintendo World, complete with its own distinct entry from the main courtyard. Bring it on! Bring all the Nintendo into the land as possible. I'm all about it. This main attraction for Luigi's Mansion, the mini land, is expected to be a dark ride where guests could potentially use a new version of the poltergeist ghost vacuum that Luigi uses in the video game. This ride might incorporate interactive shooter technology, offering an experience that combines elements of Universal's Villain Con Minion Blast and Men in Black Alien Attack attractions. Alongside this ride, the mini land could also include a flat ride and a themed restaurant set within the mansion. However, it is important to note that these details are still in the realm of speculation and have not been officially confirmed by Universal Orlando. The potential opening date for this Luigi Mansion mini land has not been determined, so it could be a while, but we'll have plenty to hold us over with an entire new theme park from Universal. These rumors indicate a continued partnership between Universal and Nintendo. So following the introduction of the Nintendo-themed attraction, and highlights the ongoing expansion and evolution of Universal's theme parks. So we already have on the horizon what could be potentially coming to Universal's Epic Universe post-opening in 2025. So cool. So thank you, Orlando Park Stop. Her and her team are killing it with all the information flooding in through Epic Universe. All right. Furthermore, the land will feature character meet and greets, including appearances by Princess Peach, Mario, and Luigi. There will be a themed dining and shopping experience, such as Toadstool Cafe, 1UP Factory Store, offering Mario-themed dishes and merchandise. The Epic Universe's Super Nintendo World is set to be the most complete version of the land when it opens in summer of 2025, potentially including unique features and attractions not found in other versions of the park. So these are the only characters that have been confirmed. Again, there is Bowser Jr. in Japan, and there's also Toad now in Hollywood. So maybe we'll get those at Epic Universe too. Maybe we can just have it all and make everybody else jealous that we can just have it all in one place. Oh my gosh, Jason, for real, I want it all. Bring it all to me. Luigi's Mansion, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Country Ride, Yoshi Ride. I want it. I bring it on. And again, Park Stop, go watch her videos. There's also rumors of Pokemon stuff might be coming in the future, maybe some Zelda. Those rumors are resurfacing again, so go watch her videos. She's got some awesome content. All right, so Super Nintendo World. This is some aerial footage that people have been taking of Super Nintendo World. This is Donkey Kong Country. I'm not sure how much you guys can really make out on this. Yeah, I agree, Kyle. It'll be interesting. Um, the whole layout is going to be kind of different from other parks, so everything is remained to be seen. The only thing we know for sure is that it's coming and that Universal has announced this one very park. Everything else is all basically rumors, but we're seeing more aerial footage like this from BioReconstruct and a couple others that are posting all these updates for construction. So yeah, here's Donkey Kong Country. This is a little construction site for the coaster. It's kind of difficult for me to see. Yeah, this looks like just like an aerial view of what Super Nintendo World is going to look like overall. And there's a couple others. This one, yeah, so this one is the port. So again, we're going to have the central location where the central hub is of the park, and then there's going to have these ports for you to enter into each land. And this is what the port looks like just as of a couple days ago from your entranceway into Super Nintendo World. Kyle says, can't wait. Ever since I saw the land bought in 2016, we're almost there. I know. It seems like it's just been forever, but it's like now it's coming up so fast. We're seeing all of this progress. Such awesome stuff. And here's some more updates. I'm trying to see what you guys are seeing. This is the coaster, yeah. So you can see some of the track layout right here of what you'll see and what you'll actually be riding. Your cart will be connected underneath, and this is what you're going to see to make it give you the illusion of jumping track and stuff. So cool. Here's some more construction on it, on some of the stuff that we're going to see, like the track. You can see a little bit of the track. And some more construction. Again, I'm not sure what all you guys can see as far as detail. These vertical lives, I can't input images, so hopefully this is a decent enough setup that you can kind of get a good idea. All right, land number 2: how to train your dragon, Isle of Berk. This how to Train Your Dragon series kind of seemed like it ramped up real quick. When the first one came out, I feel like I didn't hear about it much. It wasn't around all, like I just wasn't seeing it, wasn't hearing about it. But they started making more, and it just became more and more popular. So now it's getting literally its entire land based off of it. It's going to have a couple different rides and interactive activities and a show. Again, everything from here on out is all rumors based off of permits, aerial views of what it looks like it's going to be, all that sort of stuff. And we can see some more of those aerial views here in a minute. But first, I want to talk about the multi-launch coaster Dragon Racers Rally. So this video is a Traction Insider's video of pretty much of what it's going to look like, a computer generated version of what the coaster is going to look like. This attraction, manufactured by Intamin, is expected to be a family-friendly yet thrilling experience. It will likely be a launched steel coaster featuring several outdoor sections and possibly a few indoor show scenes. The coaster is designed to encircle a large portion of the land, including passing under a guest bridge and behind other attractions. With a design possibly featuring fire and water effect and familiar characters, this ride could offer an exciting experience reminiscent of the dragon training from the movie. I think it's because there's a couple of dueling coasters as well. So all of them added up, I think it's 9 coasters coming to Epic Universe, and I'm here for it all. Bryce says, I haven't been to Florida since 2015, so who knows? Maybe I'll return either later this year or next year when Epic Universe opens in 2025. Highly suggest coming next year. The only issue, it's a brand new theme park. When was the last time we got a brand new theme park from like Universal or Disney? I mean, it's been a minute. Opening launches for rides are absolutely insane. I'm knowing that and I'm expecting that. But if you're going to make a trip to come out, just consider that you might only get a few rides, just being completely honest. So doing a whole trip, something to consider. Again, for me, and I'm a local mostly, and and I'm going in expecting that, but just something to consider. Joe says this roller coaster honestly looks fun. I totally agree. I love launch coasters, multi-launch coasters. I'll take it all. I love it, love it, love it. It's gonna be especially like with Velocicoaster, and I just recently rode. Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the name. Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. These multi-launch coasters are just wild right now, and I'm all about it. Kyle says, knowing how hectic, that's why I'm going to doing Hello's Grand 4 or 5 days land a day. That would help. Yeah, that's what I'm really kind of, I'm going in with low expectations as far as what I'm going to be able to accomplish. Like, say I go opening day, I'm going to Super Nintendo World, at least for a little bit. Based on the channel, I should probably go to the other parks, but I'm so excited to do Super Nintendo World. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. But yeah, you really have to kind of consider you might only get one land done in a day, maybe two, outside of just visually looking at them all. Oh, nice. Pantheon is amazing. I just put up a POV of it not too long ago. Well, I guess it's like a couple months ago now. But so good. I love it so much. All right, next up. The next ride is interactive boat ride. We don't really have much footage or anything. There's a construction update of it in a few. But it's supposed to be called Fire Drill, rumored. It's rumored to be manufactured by Mock Rides. This attraction, also known as the Interactive Splash Battle, will allow riders to engage in water battles using onboard cannons. Themed as Viking boats, the ride will provide an interactive experience as guests navigate around a water path, targeting not just in-ride elements, but potentially other guests too. So definitely gonna be a ride if you want to get wet kind of ride, which is fine. I'm good with that. I think this is the only one I know of that has any major water elements. So it's nice, especially for Florida, to have some water-based attractions. Let's get in 1 second. Bryce says, I think Epic Universe is the first theme park to open in Orlando since Universal's Islands of Adventure in 1999. I'm pretty sure outside of like the Peppa Pig park at Legoland, I'm pretty sure Islands of Adventure was the last new park we've gotten. So who knows? Who knows how this is going to happen? And the popularity of the parks have vastly increased since 1999 for Islands of Adventure. So this might be a pretty crazy opening day. All right, so for the third ride, so far at How to Train Your Dragon, we have multi-launch coaster and our boat ride. So now there is a Sky Fly flat ride. It's kind of hard to say. Hiccups wing gliders. So manufactured by Gerstlauer, the Sky Fly ride lets riders control the intensity of their experience using a lever, offering a unique, customizable ride experience. So this is some videos that have been captured from a distance of this ride. So it looks pretty unique. I'm not crazy about like the spinner rides, kind of like fair ride almost, but this one looks a bit different from that. So it's not so like just, you don't want to see your lunch a second time. I don't think this is gonna be that kind of ride. It looks a bit slower, and your movement is more up and down versus the big spin. So I don't know. We'll see when I actually get to be down there and I look at it with my own eyes. It's kind of we'll see from there. All right. So another exciting thing rumored to be coming to How to Train Your Dragon is a live stage show. The Untrainable Dragon. This is a stage show that has been going on for a few years, and we're probably going to take elements from this live show to be into this new land. The land will feature it's a large indoor theater capable of seating about 985 guests. The show will draw inspiration from the Untrainable show in Beijing, which is what we just saw, combining live actors, puppetry, and screen-based media. In addition to the rides, the land will include dining, shopping, and venues themed after locations from the films. The main dining spot will be the Great Hall, designed to mimic the popular meeting place from the series. So, I think I've only watched the first one or two of the How to Train Your Dragon series, and it's been a long time, so I need to kind of refresh my memory of what everything is, what everything looks like. Like the Great Hall, I kind of remember what that looks like in my head of what the main dining place is going to be. But the land will also include dining venues like the mead hall and a snack stand named Grog and Gruel. So again, all that kind of stuff is just from permits and everything. We'll see what everything's going to be, what it's going to be called, what it's going to look like when it opens. Until then, these are, again, just rumors. Here's are some construction updates of what it looks like. Here's our port from our main central hub. This is what the port is going to look like going to How to Train Your Dragon. This was just taken a couple days ago from an aerial view construction. So let's look at a few more. This is the kind of what the layout is going to look like, and you kind of saw on that first video. And they have these podums, dragon podum things in the land from the movies and stuff. So it's already starting, like, How to Train Your Dragon is still a rumor coming, but it's literally here. So it's coming. It's coming. Universal just hasn't officially announced it. I have a feeling that Universal Orlando is going to beat Disney World in terms of popularity next year with Epic Universe. I think for the year, I can't remember exactly, but I saw something saying for the year of 2022, Universal beat out all the Disney parks besides Magic Kingdom for that year as far as popularity, which is pretty crazy. Magic Kingdom is the most visited theme park in the world, and Universal's not far behind it. So Epic Universe is going to be wild. Disney needs to look out and put some more of the innovation and get their creative team back lit under fire, under a flame, because Universal's coming in hot with this new park. All right, some more construction updates. This one is, you guys can probably read it more. The comments on my screen are hiding everything. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, this one is for the water. Yeah, the water cannon. So this one is the water cannon. It's kind of hard to see and picture what it's going to look like because there's no water in it just yet. But this is kind of what the construction of that area looks like. Here's some more construction of the land, of what's going on. BioReconstruct, amazing. To follow BioReconstruct on Twitter or X, constantly posting aerial photos of Epic Universe and the construction. All right, land number 3. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for joining chat. Theme parks, vlogs, and fun. Thanks for joining. The number 3 land that we're going to cover is Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. This land was initially rumored to be a Fantastic Beast themed, but since these movies didn't do all that great, it seems like they've decided to lean more onto Harry Potter. It will incorporate elements from both Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, the series, merging British and French magical elements. The land's layout is expected to be reminiscent of Diagon Alley, with a French twist, featuring stores, dining locations inspired by the Wizarding World. So I remember when this first was announced, all this information was just flooding, and there wasn't even mention of Harry Potter at the beginning. It was all Fantastic Beasts. And the first movie did pretty well. The second movie did okay, and the third movie made very little. So it seems like with the descending popularity of Fantastic Beasts, they're like, oh, okay, so let's make it a Wizarding World spinoff, because Wizarding World's gonna sell tickets no matter what. Bryce saw an article, and I guess it's due to more people preferring Universal over Disney, as well as the way Walt Disney World's handled their 50th anniversary celebration in recent years, referring to the popularity of the two parks. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's Disney. It just kind of seems like when you're at the top, it's easy to get comfortable and be like, whatever I post, or I guess post, whatever I put out as far as movies, TV shows, theme parks, people are going to watch it. They're going to do it. They're still going to come. So why? And I understand that, but it's becoming more and more evident that Disney has been kind of just comfortable and not putting as much effort into it. But Universal is coming in headstrong, especially since Hagrid. They have just been on a roll. So I think Disney needs to watch out, and they need it, which is good. I like the competition because it makes everybody want to do better, and we get better, cooler things like Epic Universe and stuff. So the main attraction for the Wizarding World Ministry of Magic area will be Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry. This is set to be the land's main ride, a high-tech tracked dark ride that takes guests into the British Ministry of Magic. The ride's plot involves the sentencing of Dolores Umbridge, with guests witnessing a dramatic rescue attempt by the Death Eaters and counter effort by Harry, Ron, and Hermione. The attraction is expected to feature intense battles with various magical creatures, including a fire-breathing chicken and Newt Erumpent. I know that I'm not saying that right. Anyway, advanced animatronics described as megabots with fluid, human-like motion and projected mapped faces are rumored to be part of the experience. Kind of like if you've ridden Frozen at Epcot, it's kind of like animatronics. The face is just a screen, basically. The ride system and technology is initially envisioned as a suspended ride, similar to Universal Florida's defunct Confrontation, which was one of my favorites of the classic Universal Studios Florida. I missed that ride. Anyway, it's supposed to be suspended like that. The concept has evolved. It's now believed to be more like the Amazing Ventures of Spider-Man ride system, with a dual-sided station like Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, where it's like two independent coasters, but they're linked. The ride is expected to employ a sophisticated system that moves guests between two levels, creating the illusion of different floors and scenes. This system allows for a compact footprint with high ride capacity. Also supposed to have a immersive queue experience. The queue will take guests through various departments and offices of the ministry, culminating at magical elevators, which are part of the ride experience. Special effects will be abundant throughout the queue, enhancing the immersive experience. I do really like the queues of all the Harry Potter rides. Hagrid probably being my least favorite, but they were using an existing structure for that queue, so it's okay, but it's not as good as the other Harry Potter ones. So I'm really looking forward to what the queue is going to look like with this one. Other planned feature, while the Ministry of Magic attraction is the centerpiece of this land, the overall land is expected to be in rich detail and experiences. Will offer food, beverage services, as well as retail stores. Additionally, a live stage show based on the magical Peruvian circus from Crimes of Grindelwald is also anticipated. All this stuff is just rumors based off of permits. Even if a permit is put in, that doesn't mean they're fulfilling it. They're just getting permission from the state to do these updates or do these construction buildings and stuff. So here's a little bit of a construction of the entrance port to the Wizarding World area of Epic Universe. It is only really going to be like one main attraction, and that's the main attraction we just talked about. So it's not like there's a ton of information as far as what else is coming to this land, at least not to my knowledge. Things are completely moving. They're all moving and changing constantly. So as of right now, that's pretty much all the information we have for this area. Now for the last area outside of the central hub coming to Universal rumored is Dark Universe, featuring all the Universal monsters. Universal has certainly been leaning more and more into the Universal monsters in the previous years with Halloween Horror Nights. I think for the last four years now, 3 years. No, I think it's 4 years. They've had a Universal Monsters house at some capacity for one of their original haunted houses for the Halloween Horror Nights event. It seems like this is gonna be a pretty big part, pretty big land, a part of the whole epic universe. The main attraction is supposed to be Monsters Unchanged: The Frankenstein Experiment. This will be a dark ride set inside a large Gothic manor. The ride will reportedly feature Universal classic monsters unleashed by an experiment gone wrong. The exterior of the ride is designed to resemble a Gothic manor, with architectural details emerging as construction progresses. This attraction is expected to use a Kuka arm ride system similar to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. It's kind of like you're up here and it's moving around on this arm, and the track, it's riding on a track, kind of like that. Forbidden Journey. It has a seating attached to the robotic arm that travels through multiple scenes. The queue experience. The queue area will likely be themed to resemble an old garden, also almost like a graveyard, I guess. It's anticipated to include different themed areas like a grand staircase, a study, a library, dining room, and corridor. Double-sided lockers for the storing personal items will be available near the loading area. Ride technology and theming. The ride vehicles are expected to be themed like medical tables as part of Dr. Frankenstein's experiment. Unlike Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, this ride is not expected to utilize projection screen carousel movements, but may feature large LED screen displays and certain scenes for brighter lighting effects, which is really cool. Especially if it's like Forbidden Journey where it's super dark and you have LEDs and you have a lightning bolt or whatever. I think the LED screens are the way to go. It's certainly more expensive initially and for upkeep, but it's gonna be. I think it's the LED screens is the way to go. Young Frankenstein is funny. I don't know if I've ever seen Young Frankenstein. I'm gonna have to look that up. All right, so animatronics and effects. The ride is rumored to include physical sets and animatronics manufactured by Roush Industries, featuring characters like Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, the Mummy, and others. There's also speculation about a section in the ride with a curved LED screen, possibly using patented technology for larger curved LED screens. So if you don't know, oh, it's a movie. Okay, I'll have to look that up. If you don't know, Harry Potter Forbidden Journey has these like half dome projection screens. So you're coming in this way, and so the dome kind of wraps around your field of view, so it looks like you're just all you're seeing is a screen because you're kind of in this dome. So it kind of seems like that's what's going to happen. Is there's going to be a dome of LED screens, and your ride vehicle is going to be set here, so your entire field of view is you're viewing an LED screen all around. Is basically what it looks like. So that's the main attraction. For the second attraction, the Curse of the Werewolf. This is a steel coaster that will take guests on a chase through the woods, featuring encounters with the Wolfman. It's part of the thrilling experiences planned for this land. Again, another coaster. Bring it on. Throw it in the mix. I am all about the coasters, but themed coasters. So like Hagrid and Velocicoaster. Man, if the park was full of those, I'd be all up on it all the time. I'm down for it all. Dining and atmosphere. 2 dining locations are planned, including one based off of the windmill from Frankenstein. The overall atmosphere of the land is expected to be dark and gloomy, with an original soundtrack composed by Danny Elfman and the fog effects to add to the eerie vibe. I love Danny Elfman. He has done such awesome work doing music for so many great movies. Pretty much any Tim Burton movie you've seen, uh, Corpse Bride, the original Batman from I think it's '89, is Danny Elfman. Edward Scissorhands, he does really good, eerie, creepy music, and it's going to be perfect for this atmosphere of the dark universe. So I'm really excited that Danny Elfman's he's involved with this. Joshua says, great film, super excited for both monster rides. I totally agree. Except for the great film, I have never seen it. I'm gonna have to watch it. But the monster rides, both of them look awesome. The coaster and the indoor ride, they both sound legitimately like I'm gonna like it. I love Forbidden Journey's layout, and if it's anything like that, I'm really excited for it because it's so unique, and that's kind of what I feel like everybody's wanting is something different. Not just a coaster, but a themed coaster. Not just a 3D ride that you sit and watch a video. We can do that at home now. Everybody's got huge screens at their house. Most people can just watch a video on their large screen. That's why we go to the parks, is for something different. So I'm all about, I think they're both going to be great. Exit and gift shop. Following the ride, guests will exit through a gift shop, possibly named the Manor Storehouse, and there will also be an on-ride photo pickup location. As far as future developments, the Dark Universe land will continuously evolve with potentially more attractions and experiences to be added in the future. So it's not out of question for us to get more Dark Universe attractions. It seemed like the Dark Universe, like the name and kind of what they're going for, fell off a little bit because they put the Mummy out with Tom Cruise and it did not go over very well. So they kind of got rid of that whole universe of old Universal stuff, but it seems like they're really reinventing and not just redoing, but using the original Universal monsters and in their own way, and kind of using that instead of like revamps. And they're doing really well. People love the classic monster, so I think they have a really good stride going for it. Kid That Flips, hi, good to see you. Thanks for joining the live stream. Out to see if I like dark rides more later on. I've done 2 so far. Which 3. So which 3 have you done so far, Joe? The dark rides. I love dark rides. I am very hot-blooded, and I live in Florida, which are it's not a good combination. But if you can get a good dark ride and it's really entertaining, I probably would prefer dark rides because it's just so cool. The elements that you can kind of like Haunted Mansion and stuff like that, where you can use these elements and visual, I don't know, even masterpieces even of using different type of lighting effects to kind of get this immersive world. It's a lot you can do with dark rides versus outside rides. Joshua says Black Lagoon expansion would be a fun experience. Yeah, I totally agree. Joe says haunted house at Gillian's, Dante's dungeon at Murray's, and Battle for Metropolis. I haven't done any one of those. Gillian's, I don't know what the haunted house at Gillian's. I'm fine with it though. I'm all about haunted houses, and I'm all about all the dark rides. Depends when you have lots of time and a good balancing part. Yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot of people kind of view it differently, and some people, I mean, they don't even like Florida parks besides Busch Gardens and now SeaWorld because they're just all about coasters and thrill. And I get that. I like having a good balance, like you said. I like having a coaster, but then I could go ride Spider-Man and then go shoot aliens on Men in Black. I love having the diversity. Depends on my mood and stuff too. So as far as construction, here is what the port kind of looks like getting into it with the huge like haunted tree looking thing. I'm sure a lot of this, if not every single bit of it, is tied to older Universal movies, monster movies. And so I'm going to have to kind of like binge some classic monster movies so I can make sure I have all the tie-ins and I understand all the references and stuff. Bryce says, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, my favorite dark ride I've been on. It's amazing. And it was completely like industry wide, like blowing minds because of all the elements that they kind of started with on Spider-Man that other rides have adapted and other theme parks have taken to kind of use for their parks and stuff. So this is just taken a few days ago of the entrance for Dark Universe. Here is a little bit, see if I can see it. I think this is the one where you can kind of see a little bit of the restaurant, which has had like the burned down windmill from the, I believe it's the Frankenstein movie. And a couple more. This is the Wolfman coaster. So this is an aerial view of the construction of the Wolfman coaster. I'm all about it. I can't wait, especially seeing these images. It's like, man, we're getting close. We are seriously getting so close to getting to experience this all in just, I mean, like maybe 14, 15 months, something like that, potentially. Here's another image of the entrance portal to coming to get into Dark Universe. Here is one. I think this is more of the Wolfman coaster. Yeah, so those are the themed lands around the central hub. So again, if you weren't here for the beginning of this, basically the layout of Epic Universe is you enter in, there's a circular main hub that will have rides, attractions, shows, and it might potentially not even be ticketed. You might not even need a ticket to get to the central hub. And then it has all these branches of Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, How to Train Your Dragon, Wizarding World, and it kind of branches out. So now we're going to focus on the central hub. The central hub is going to have a ton of stuff, not just like shops and everything. It actually has some legit stuff. So let's talk about the central hub area. Central hub is envisioned as a multifaceted and expansive area offering a wide range of attractions and experiences. Here are some of the key features and attractions expected. So all we really have with IPs, I can kind of pull some to give you some visuals, but all we really have for the central hub, since it's 100% going to be all original ideas from Universal, there's going to be a few things that I can let you know, but as far as construction, it's kind of hard to envision it, but just stick with me. All right, so there's a spinner attraction coming. The hub will feature a spinner attraction, though its exact nature remains unconfirmed. It could potentially be themed to constellations in space. So the spinner attraction is definitely going to be not definitely, it's most likely going to be indoors, so you can see a little bit of what the construction looked like. This was just taken just a couple of days ago from different people. I credited them at the beginning, and I'll credit them in a few minutes again too. So if you want to go see more, you can go to their channels, their profiles, even some Facebook groups, Universal's Epic Universe. I get a lot of this information from there. People have awesome resources and stuff, so I do appreciate all of them. And the work they do so we can see this stuff. All right, so there's a spinner attraction, and then there's a fountain display. A significant feature of the hub will be a large Bellagio-style fountain display surrounded by amphitheater-like seating. This area could serve as a relaxing spot during the day and a venue for nighttime shows, fireworks and all that stuff. Universal really has their hands tied as far as fireworks displays are in their current situation, because there's residential right outside of Universal, the theme park in its current state. So being just down the road, Epic Universe, they have way more opportunities with legislation to have epic light fireworks shows and light laser shows and stuff like that. So like Disney can just go all out and have these crazy fireworks shows all the time because they're way out there. Universal finally can start doing that, which it seems like around this fountain display will be a big part of that. Here's some more a better view. So in the back, I don't have a ton of information to give you guys as far as the hotel that's going to be pretty much inside of the park, but you can see some of the construction here. Shock Zone says rumor has the first expansion will be Luigi's Mansion at Super Nintendo. Well, yeah, we went over that a little bit earlier. I'm so excited for that. I mean, hopefully that comes relatively soon, the Luigi's Mansion update, because I mean still haven't gone to any of the Super Nintendo worlds around Japan or Hollywood, so it's all going to be fresh and new for me. But it's the land I'm most excited and looking forward to. Joe says, can't wait to see how this park will compare to other Universal parks around the world. I totally agree. It definitely seems like Universal has an opportunity to kind of reinvent what a theme park even is with this new opportunity, with this new Epic Universe land. They're really gonna, it's really interesting to see what they're gonna do, because all the rumors are kind of pointing toward the central hub being free to anybody, like a Disney Springs type of a feel, where you just walk in and you can do all this stuff, but you have to have a ticket to get into the lands. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's played out. Shock Zone says, I'm happy we're getting the largest version of Nintendo World. I can't agree more. It seems like the Japan and then Hollywood has just been like a trial run for what is coming to Orlando, because Universal is going to get everything they have, we're going to get, and we're going to get it all together and then some. So definitely the spot to be is in Orlando for Super Nintendo World. The only thing I can see that potentially being an issue is that it being so good, there's not going to be as much of a draw for Hollywood, for people to travel to Hollywood to get Super Nintendo World when the best version is here in Orlando. But that's not really our problem, that's theirs. So all right, so continuing to expand on the Central Hub, one of the main, biggest, and most anticipated attractions for all of Epic Universe, universally pretty much, is Starfall Racers. Joe says, a single theme park needs everything. They need to be divergent and balanced. Yeah, I totally agree. They're getting their own Fast and the Furious actual coaster there, so Florida can definitely be jealous of that, because we have a garbage Fast and the Furious ride. But anyway, Starfall Racers. This is an upcoming attraction to the Epic Universe theme park. It's anticipated to be a major highlight of the park. Here's what we know about it. Again, these are all rumors, and things that I'm about to tell you are all pretty much speculations, rumored, permit filed with the state and city and everything. So just take this with a grain of salt. This is supposedly a successor to Dueling Dragons. The concept behind Starfall Racers seemed to be inspired by the late Dueling Dragons coaster, or Dragon Challenge, from Universal's Islands of Adventure that closed to make room for Hagrid, Universal Hagrid's magical creature motorbike adventure. This is set at first try with no tongue twisties. Shock Zone says, I sure hope that the Starfall Racers has a pre-show with a robotic type animatronic. That'd be awesome. I'm all about it. It seems like for a little bit there, the pre-show thing has been getting less and less attention at theme parks, but I really enjoy a good pre-show, especially because you're waiting. As Universal and Disney, you're going to be waiting a long time. It's just this truth. You're going to be waiting an hour or 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 for some of the Epic Universe attractions. So having a good pre-show definitely will help get things moving and feel like you're actually being a part of it while you're waiting forever in line. This Starfall Racer is supposed to have a cosmic theme. The ride is part of the park's central hub, which is expected to have a celestial theme with elements representing water, fire, earth, air, and ether, or space. Starfall Racers fits into the cosmic theme, promising a journey through space in a retro futuristic setting. So here's some more construction photos that have been taken by a couple of different people, bioreconstruct. So it's already looking so good and have awesome progress. The ride is likely to be called Starfall Racers based on a recent trademark filing by Universal. These are rumors that the ride, along with the Constellation Carousel, might be accessible without a park ticket, like we mentioned earlier, during certain hours, making this part of the park a unique attraction in its own right. So I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they can. I mean, it's not going to be just free. Or is it? Who knows? We don't know yet. Maybe if you have like a park ticket for Epic Universe, you can just scan it and you can get in. Or maybe it's a pay per play. You pay $15 or something like that, and you get to ride the ride. I don't know. Who knows? Universal has it's kind of like an open door to this world that nobody has really even tried yet. So who knows? Manufactured by Mach Rides. Unlike other Universal Orlando coasters, Starfall Racers is manufactured by Mach Rides of Germany, known for their expertise in creating smooth, high-thrill rides. Shock Zone says, I'm just glad Florida is getting a dueling coaster again. I totally agree. Especially because, man, people are why we can't have nice things. Originally, I'm so sorry, y'all. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I literally will be right back. I just have to go to the bathroom so bad. All right, sorry about that. We're back. All right, so Starfall Racers. We're going over Starfall Racers. Let me get out of this. Got let's see where we're at. Yeah, we're just looking at some things here for Starfall Racers. All right, Joe says the revival of a Florida dueling coaster is near. Bryce says, I've never been to Super Nintendo World before, so that's a new land for me to check out. Same. Marcel, thanks for coming and joining the live stream. Glad to have you here. We're going over tons of information about Universal's Epic Universe. Okay, so let me go back. Dueling Dragons. How we lost Dueling Dragons. So if you don't know, Dueling Dragons was at Islands Adventure, was replaced by Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. They used to duel. They would go at the same time, do their own thing, and then at one point of the ride, they would come face to face, and then they would loop around like that. So, not to be too graphic, somebody decided to do a naughty thing and throw an item at the other end. So, after many hours of litigation and lawsuits, all this kind of stuff, when you go to a Universal roller coaster and you have to put your stuff in a locker, you have to go through metal detectors to make sure you don't have metal on you. It stems from this Dueling Dragons debacle. Someone had to ruin it for us all, and they did a really bad thing. and someone lost their vision over it. So I don't blame that person for any reason. So all the metal detector stuff stems from this. And also at that time, because of all this lawsuit, everything, Universal's like, we want to clean our hands of this. We're not going to let the dueling dragons duel anymore. So where it used to come like this, boom, the thing of the past. They would send one card out, and the next, and then the next, and then the next. That way they wouldn't ever interact again. So huge bummer. So the morale of Dueling Dragons dropped. It turned to Dragon Challenge because that's the only thing they could really come up with to tie to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And then the same time, around the same time, they had retracked the Incredible Hulk coaster from the ground up, all fresh track. Kind of came point to needing to do the same thing to Dueling Dragons. So Universal's like, it's already what it is in its current state. Let's just gut it and put something new. I totally get all of that, but I miss Dueling Dragons. So it's with the Halloween Horror Nights this recent past year, they had a Dueling Dragons Halloween Horror Nights haunted house. Universal is really good at communicating with its fan base and kind of aligning with its community, which is so cool. It's really cool to see that Universal is doing this, that we're getting a new dueling coaster, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. Shock Zone says, Dueling Dragons was the best thing we've had from the Universal as far as creative theming, storytelling, and a ride that capitalizes the full attraction. I hope Starfall Racers does the same. I totally agree. I feel like Universal can handle it. They're really leaning into this Dueling Dragons thing, and that how much people loved it and miss it. I think they'll make it worth everyone's. They'll make it worthwhile for sure. Bryce says, I went on Dueling Dragons when it used to be the Dragon Challenge and rode both sides on my only visit in December of 2012. Too bad the dueling aspect was disabled at that time. Yeah, it's been a while. It was, I can't even remember. I think it was 2010. I don't know. It's a complete guess. But all that happened a long time ago. And then, again, the morale of the ride just dropped because people can't just be nice and not throw stuff at other carts. So, anyway, that's what happened to Dueling Dragons. So now we're getting a dueling coaster here at Epic, which is totally epic. All right, it's manufactured by Mock Rides. Design and features. The coaster is expected to have twin launches with trains racing and dancing alongside each other. Each track will be around 140 feet high and extend over 4,700 feet. This ride will feature a patented track layout element by Mock Rides that allows the train to spiral around each other in a zero-G roll. That's going to be so cool, not only to ride, but just to see, just to watch happen. The coasters are literally going to be like, twisting and turning amongst themselves, which is a crazy engineering. I don't even know. There's some smart people behind this ride. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna look awesome. Shock Zone says Dueling Dragons died for me after the Merlin Wood section was completely taken out. Yeah. Again, they knew they had to put Wizarding World on that spot, but they weren't really sure what to do with Dueling Dragons. It seems like it was just a matter of circumstances. It's not really anybody's fault. It was just what happened. The Dueling Dragons turned into the Dragon Challenge, which was just a little bit of what it was, not even anywhere close to what the experience was pre Harry Potter. Here's some more overlooked images from just a couple of days ago from of Starfall Racers, the dueling coaster. Shock Zone says, this is going to be a very awesome attraction. I don't know why, but it's giving me a California Screaming vibes from 2001 with its standalone theme for being a part of the park. Yeah, I literally, I think, not mine, because I'm more theming and I'm way more looking forward to Nintendo stuff. But I think overall, as like just the popularity of everybody interested in Epic Universe, this is gonna be the hot ride for sure. Dual link coasters, it's a very unique type of experience. I think this is definitely going to be the one that draws the most people. Like, Velocicoaster is amazing, but Hagrid still has these crazy wait times, and it's been open since 2019, June 13th, 2019. This is almost 5 years old, and it's got more wait times than Velocicoaster, just because it is what it is. And I think this is going to be the ride that people want to come see. So visual appeal. The latter part of the ride will have the trains crossing over each other in a harmonious and graceful manner. Unlike the traditional racing coasters, this design is expected to create a visually stunning experience for both riders and onlookers. That's what I was saying. It's like literally the ride's gonna be awesome to ride, but to see it all go down is awesome. Sorry, y'all, my voice is going out. I'm not used to these long streams like this. I want to do more of these because I'm having fun. Dining and retail. The hub is expected to house numerous dining and retail outlets. Names like Celestial Gardens for the hub and Meteor Astro Pub for a dining venue have been speculated upon. Other dining locations including Atlantic, Moon Pie, Cosmic Cakes, Elysian Barbecue, Yin Yang, and Cassini, each offering diverse culinary experiences. A large food court style eatery named Zephyr Market is also anticipated. So it seems like it's going to be the place to go for eating experiences is the central hub, which is smart because, I mean, each lane is going to have its own eating, dining type of experiences, which is cool. It's going to be themed. But as far as diversity and stuff, the central hub is the place to be, and it's a smart location for it. Everybody can just come out to the central hub and be a part of it. Shock Zone says, from the perspective of theming that they're going for, it looks like they're kind of going with a Julius Verne sort of vibe, which I'm a sucker for. Not steampunk, but space in general. Yeah, I think so too, because Universal loves to kind of lean into that, it seems like. So I think it's going to be a good hit. It's going to be like this spacey feel for the central hub, and it's definitely something unique to Universal, but also something that they kind of have experience with, jumping heavily into an original theme. So I think it's gonna be an awesome part of the park. That's not just gonna be like whatever. It's gonna be visually appealing. It's gonna be a fun atmosphere to just walk around in and people watch and do whatever. I think it's pretty smart of Universal to kind of lean into a theme like that. All right, themed area. The central hub might be divided into areas themed around elements. So like that, they're going to be heavily themed into these little sections: water, wind, fire, and ether or space. This unique theme will differentiate each section of the hub. All right, so again, I don't have a ton of information of the hotel that's going to be on property. The other two hotels are kind of, I think it's about a half a mile south of Epic Universe, but there's a hotel basically in Central Hub, which is really cool. The idea of being able to just be like, I mean, you can look out your window and see Super Nintendo World and Dark Universe and all this stuff from your hotel room. I think that's an awesome idea. There's no way that's not going to be a crazy high price point, and not a lot of people are going to be able to do it. And it might be like a Hard Rock and Portofino Bay where you'll get an express pass along with it, but it's probably going to be upwards of like $400 or $500, $600 a night for this. But Shock says the land I'm really looking forward to the most is Dark Universe because I love Universal monsters, including the creature from the Black Lagoon. I totally agree. Well, as far as being super anticipated, the Super Nintendo World is my most anticipated, but Dark Universe is a close second because I love Halloween Horror Nights, and they really lean into the Universal monsters. So you're gonna all year long have this like dark, eerie feel to it that you can experience literally all the time. So I think that's a really cool idea for them to lean into because you have like basically opposites. Super Nintendo World, which is bright, colorful, saturated, and then you have Dark Universe, which is going to be really cool, especially like at nighttime, going to Dark Universe. And you're going to have Danny Elfman music. Oh, I'm so excited for Dark Universe. I'm going to tell you right now, on opening year, we're going to try to lean toward the other lands instead of Super Nintendo, because Super Nintendo is going to be packed. I totally agree. But something to consider is people already have access to Super Nintendo at Japan and Hollywood. So maybe I'm just lying to myself and trying to convince myself it's not going to be the case. But I'm hoping it won't be as popular as the other lands, because those that were like crazy looking forward to it probably have already done the other parks. So there's less of an incentive for them to, who knows? Nobody knows. I don't know. Who am I? I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the hotel on property for Central Hub, it's at the back of the theme park. So when you're entering, you'll see the whole hub, all the lands, and you'll keep traveling. And then the back is the hotel, which I'm interested to see how they do. I'm assuming it's going to have its own parking like back there, so you're not like traveling through Central Hub with suitcases and stuff. I'm sure it's going to be kind of a different layout than that. Shock says, I'm really excited that they were able to get Danny Elfman to be part of the Dark Universe project. Dude is an absolute, I totally agree. My whole life, I've loved Danny Elfman and John Williams, my two favorite composers. They produce complete different projects, but they're all so awesome and very Universal heavy. John Williams has done so many Universal properties that are on Universal, like Jurassic Park and E.T. And I love John Williams and Danny Elfman, my two favorites. And so having Danny Elfman at Universal now is I'm all about. So as far as the hotel goes, it's a 500-room hotel, so it's a little bit smaller than the other Stella Nova and Terra Luna hotels. It's Universal's Helios Grand Hotel in permits. It is expected to feature predominantly. This hotel might offer a rooftop bar with views of the park, potentially serving as a backdrop for nighttime shows, which is pretty cool. Again, I think they're going to lean into like the Bellagio from Vegas. I think they're going to lean into that. So they're going to have the fountain, and your viewing angle will most likely be looking on the fountain and the hotel, which is in the background, and there's going to be fountain shows and fireworks and lasers and stuff like that. So it's definitely an interesting take for Universal, something that they haven't really done in the past. So I'm interested to see what the final result is. Future parade possibilities. While not expected to open with the park is not expected to open with a parade, space for a future parade building is being set aside, indicating plans for adding a parade later. Shock Zone says, another reason why I'm excited for Dark Universe is mostly because of its standalone theming that doesn't involve IP-related properties. This is Universal going all out with its creativity. Boom! Hit the nail right on the head. I totally agree. I love IPs, and I love being able to go to experience these things that I've been watching and whatever in the past. But giving Universal's awesome, and their creative team is crazy, and you can really see it, especially if you go to these Halloween Horror Nights events. They always have 5 and 5. 5 IPs and 5 fresh, original ideas from Universal. And that's when you can really see the creative team that Universal has in creating these houses. So I think they're gonna just absolutely go wild with the central hub, and they have all the opportunity in the world to really show their creativity. So I think it's really cool for them, and it's really gonna be really cool for us to be able to experience this whole land based off of just their creativity. So I totally agree. It's awesome. Gustavo, thanks for joining us. Hello, hello, hello. Kind of coming on the tail end, we've been talking about Universal's Epic Universe and pretty much everything that's to be expected from the park. Based off of rumors, Universal's only announced Super Nintendo World coming officially to the park. Everything else is rumors, even though we've been showing aerial views of people posting construction on these sites that pretty much confirms all of the rumors and permits that are circulating. But whatever. Transportation and access. The central hub might be accessible to everyone, not just ticketed guests, allowing for a unique experience of dining and shopping without entering the themed lands. So, what I'm kind of gathering is the central hub is like City Walk, but with rides. So, you park and you can't even get to Universal or Islands of Adventure without at least a little bit of City Walk. So it's definitely going to be a centralized location with shops and dining experiences, but it's also going to have a dueling coaster. So it's going to be an epic City Walk type of a feel. Shock says the Central Hub and Starfall Racers being another part of Universal's creative ideas is an absolute genius. Chef's kiss. Absolutely. Oh, hey, Olivia. Sorry about that. I was just going based off of the username. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I totally agree. Having this hub of people, I mean, it brings people in just to experience, even if they don't want to buy a ticket to the park and go into the theme lands and stuff. Seems like it's going to be free, at least. Parking might have a fee or something like that, but to enter into Central Hub looks like it's going to be free. Yeah, all right. So, design and atmosphere. The hub's design is anticipated to be rich and ornate, offering a timeless adventure theme reminiscent of Jules Verne or H.G. Wells' works. So, it's funny that you mentioned that because it was in my list of things to mention that ChatGPT did help me a lot with this gathering all the information and doing research and stuff like that. So they actually showed me the connections of H.G. Wells and Jules Verne. So that's really cool that you mentioned that, Shock. Shock says, I'm curious to see how the carousel will function. Hopefully it's something amazing, never seen before, which I bet is possible. I agree. Universal, they don't really do half-hearted stuff. So even though it's a carousel, they're definitely going to do it in their own way, and they're going to make sure it's elevated for sure. I can totally see it being a really unique attraction. In addition, there are expectations for interactive and immersive experiences across the park, reflecting the latest in theme park technology and design. So until we're there, until the door is open, we're not going to have every single tiny little detail. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out and learning all this stuff along with me. I had to do a ton of research to see, because again, the things are changing and moving all the time on what's expected to come. So it's really cool to kind of see its progress. Everything besides Super Nintendo World, again, is rumored. Things are subject to changing, all that fun stuff. Again, I want to say a special thank you to the all the content that we got to view. Here's some more views of the Starfall Racer, which was just taken a few days ago. Shock says, did you also hear that it was confirmed Universal will have an Epic Universe Preview Center coming to City Walk in the next couple of months? Because I'm excited. Yes, Universal Legacy Store has closed completely, and most likely going to be a Epic Universe Preview Center. So they had one similar to this for Islands of Adventure inside of Universal Studios Florida, where Mummy is. If you're looking at Mummy straight shot, boom, it's well, to your perspective, it's to your left. So if you're looking at Mummy, it's to your left. It was a Venture Preview station. I didn't go inside of it. I was really young and I didn't even know what it was, to be honest. But it seems like Epic Universe is going to have their own inside of City Walk, so you don't even have to go inside of the park. You can go see the preview center, and I'm sure we're going to learn so much about what's going to come through that preview center and have everything confirmed and all in one spot. So I do want to list out again by name all the footage, pictures, and information that I've collected through these awesome YouTubers, individuals, Twitter/X accounts: Amusement Insider, Orlando Park Stop, Peaceful Thrill Seeker, Bio Reconstruct, Adam Baruch, Universal Orlando Resort, Inside Universal, Attractions 360, Watch Mojo, and Dennis Richardson. Keep doing the work. You're doing great. If it wasn't for them, the stream wouldn't be what it is without all the content and information, so I appreciate all of those listed. Shock says the 1997 Preview Center really built up the anticipation for what Islands of Adventure was. I hope the new Preview Center does the same. I totally agree, and I think it's smart for them to do the City Walk route versus doing an in-park like Universal did. I think at the time they didn't really even have that option. It was just Universal. But having it in City Walk is smart, because if you were going just to Islands, you get to see it. If you're going just to Universal, you can see it. If you're going just to see a movie inside a City Walk or go get some food, you can see the Preview Center, and I agree. It kind of builds the anticipation for it all. So let me know, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, Wizarding World, Central Hub, or How to Train Your Dragon. Let me know which one you are most anticipating seeing in the parks, which rides you're most anticipating riding, which shows you want to see the most. I am totally looking forward to this. We haven't, on my channel, I've only covered a couple things here and there. With Epic Universe, I like to stay more what's confirmed. But so I like to have this available to where we can kind of, in a centralized location, have all this information. So if you just watched, if you commented, if you liked this video, I appreciate it. I definitely plan on doing more live streams like this in the future. I really enjoy them, kind of doing these breakdowns. I did a breakdown of what 2023 looked like for the channel last year. I did that a couple weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun, kind of breakdown of what happened at the theme parks, what happened in my channel, how grateful I am of an awesome, wonderful year. So if you're interested in that, we have that and plenty other POVs and videos on my channel. Please go check it out and subscribe if you're interested. We have a lot of stuff planned. Chuck says Universal's Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiments, is something I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a first of its kind dark ride that we haven't seen in a while that finally has animatronics. I totally agree. I love the idea of a suspended dark ride with animatronics, and I think that one's really gonna hit the nail on the head. Seems like we're getting an influx of viewers, so I can keep going if you guys want. The Epic Universe, if you're just joining, this will be archived too, so later on you can go through and you can actually watch it all the way through to have all the detailed information. But if you're just joining, Epic Universe is going to be separated into a couple sections, called what is being referred to as a wheel and spoke, to where pretty much this is what you're looking at. Your entrance is here, and here is a central hub. You're going to have a couple rides, dining experiences, and some maybe shows and stuff that could be displayed on a fountain. Then you have Super Nintendo World, which you can enter from the central hub, Super Nintendo World, and then How to Train Your Dragon, and then Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, did I say Dark Universe? How to Train Your Dragon? Anyway, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, How to Train Your Dragon, and Wizarding World. Potentially a mini zone coming after launch, in the near future, potentially a Luigi's Mansion mini land. So it kind of seems like it's almost going to be separated already, to where Super Nintendo World and like branched off is going to be Donkey Kong Country, which is going to be my favorite ride there. It's definitely the most anticipated anyway, is that Donkey Kong Country coaster. Anyway, so they have basically these two versions of Super Nintendo World that's coming, and then potentially in the future a mini land coming for Luigi's Mansion that could have a ride or two. Super cool. Shock Zone says the pre-show for that attraction is actually supposed to have a lifelike Frankenstein animatronic walking across the hallway, which is insane. Yes, I hadn't heard that. I'm all about it, man. I think the pre-shows are going to be totally epic at this theme park, and they're really going to lean into those, because again, it's kind of like an open slate. Like Universal is so just confined in their space that they have. They either have to close down a ride, use an existing building, all this stuff. Epic Universe is from the literal ground up. They don't have to like, oh, this is the coding for our building, so we can only do this, 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 this. They can make every single ride, every pre-show, every coaster. They can make it whatever they want. So there's no limitations to what this is going to be. So everything is, it's not a one-size-fits-all type of a thing. They're building it custom up for every attraction. I think Epic Universe, right now, Islands of Adventure is my favorite theme park ever. People think that's funny. They're like, oh, of all the theme parks, what's your favorite? Well, Islands of Adventure is. And they're like, wait, what? It is. It has everything I want. And I think Epic Universe is going to like blast Islands of Adventure out of the top slot for me, and it's going to be my favorite. Shock says, How to Train Your Dragon is rumored to have dragon-like drones flying around the land to give you a lifelike atmosphere. That is awesome. Disney at Galaxy's Edge, they did this like drone thing that they tried, and it was okay. The drones were like this big, and they lifted up, and then they went out of frame for like, I mean, a total of like 10 seconds. It was kind of like, that's it. I feel like they at first it was rumored that they were contracted with Boeing to get like a real X-Wing to fly over Galaxy's Edge, and that just never happened. I don't know. Yeah, Disney better wake up. Time is running out. I totally agree. Universal is not holding back with Epic Universe, not at all. They have the funding because they're crazy popular right now, and they just keep pushing. And I think Epic Universe is going to blow anything Disney has out of the water, like for real. When Disney first opened, everything they opened with Magic Kingdom is going to be, at its time, is what Epic Universe is going to be today. That's my opinion. As many minds were blown for Magic Kingdom to open in 1972, I think it was, somewhere around there, is what Epic Universe is today. Everything is going to be top-notch. Everything is going to be done right. It's crazy. Bryce says, Universal Studios Florida is my favorite of the Orlando parks, but I'm starting to prefer Islands a bit more. Yeah, I totally agree. It was that way for a long time. Pretty much my whole life, Universal Studios was my favorite. And then it shifted to Islands because I loved Islands so much. But then they got Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and then they got Hagrid, and then they got Velocicoaster. Meanwhile, Universal opens Transformers, which is good. It's basically Spider-Man. Then they closed Twister for Jimmy Fallon. And so Universal seemed to start stepping backwards a bit. They got rid of Shrek for VillainCon. So it really just kind of seemed Universal Studios started stepping backwards a bit, while Islands of Adventure kept pushing, and now Epic Universe is just going to blow it all out the water. Epic Universe is basically going to be the modern equivalent of what New Tomorrowland was supposed to be. Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely. Chant, hello. How are you? Thanks for joining the stream. I was supposed to be done like 40 minutes ago, but we're still trucking on because I'm enjoying this. I love talking Epic Universe. I can't talk about it enough. Literally, like, Epic Universe is going to be the biggest thing in Florida since Magic Kingdom, in my opinion. I think I know SeaWorld is really upping their game too. They've been adding a ton of coasters. I don't want to know what their credit card bill is because literally, like, they've opened a coaster every year. The last 3 years, I think. Let's see. They have that Penguin Trek is coming. They just opened Icebreaker, or they just opened Surf Coaster, and then Icebreaker before that. And yeah, they've got a lot of stuff, which is really cool. As a user experience, that's great. I just hope they have a return on that investment. But I don't know. Penguin Trek looks really cool though, as far as like a kid coaster, but it's still gonna be multi-launch. Bryce says, I feel bad for the people in Japan who lost their Spidey ride recently. Glad that the original Orlando version is still operating. I totally agree. That came kind of as a shock, to be honest, the Spider-Man ride leaving, especially in Japan where it feels like comic book stuff would kind of hold out a little bit more than it would here. But I don't know. Shock says, let's see if Busch Gardens Tampa opens up that Giga finally for 2025. Who knows? If anybody's going to do it, it's Busch. Because they're obviously very much leaning into that. I recently went to Williamsburg. I loved Williamsburg. I had so much fun. I love their dark coaster. It wasn't like the best indoor coaster. Actually, it might be the best coaster version because it had like multi-launch. That was a fun ride. I wish Busch Gardens would get some indoor coasters. But they got to lean into the coasters because that's kind of the crowd that they've gotten. So maybe they will get this Giga. Who knows? We got Phoenix Rising is coming, and that's more of a family-friendly coaster that's coming to Busch Gardens. So there's so much, man. There's so much to looking forward to for the near future Florida theme parks. Again, I added the water parks to my pass. Water parks for Disney to my pass. So in the near future, I'm going to be doing that for the first time. I've never really done water parks up until recently because of the channel, and I'm liking it more and more because I'm just like more themed. I like roller coasters, I like dark rides, stuff like that. So the water rides, like water slides, never really had my attention. So that's definitely stuff that's on the horizon for the channel. Am I okay? Yes, Sis Bunny. Hello, I'm very okay. Thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate it. If you guys are watching the stream and you're not subscribed, we got awesome stuff coming up in the future. So hit the subscribe, and you can even go back and look back and see some of the cool stuff that we've done here recently. POVs and experiences that you can experience on this channel. Try to get the highest quality version of the POVs that you've seen. Hopefully you've seen them here because I really try to give you guys the best possible experience as far as audio and visual stuff. If there's anything you would like to see on the channel in the near future, let me know. I'll try to get it covered and try to get you 4K versions and stabilized footage of it. Universal's pretty tough on ride footage, so that's the only thing I'm not looking forward to for Epic Universe. Is the only POVs you're really gonna see of everything is people doing it illegally. So that's kind of a bummer, especially for the channel, because I would love to show you guys everything, but I don't know, who knows. Hey Caitlin, thanks for joining. Yeah, game over. I'm ending the stream. I really do appreciate you guys watching and hanging out. Again, we'll be doing more streams like this in the future, so stick around, hit subscribe, let us know in the comments of things you'd like to see in the future, and even follow us on social media because we're posting stuff all throughout, breaking news stuff that comes. Try to stay on top of all that kind of stuff, so make sure you stay on it. Thanks for watching Theme Park Groupie.